All right, so we all know that feeling, right? Trying to be responsible with money, but still wanting to enjoy
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
It's like this constant tug of war between, saving for the future and actually going out and doing things and having experiences.
Exactly.
Like, can we really have both? Can we be financially secure and still,
Mm,
have fun?
right.
Well, today we're going to dive into a strategy that might just be the answer, and it's called the Fun Fund.
Interesting.
And to help us unpack this, we've got a story uh, about someone, we're going to call him Mark,
Okay.
who figured out how to use this Fun Fund to save money without feeling like he was missing out on all the good stuff.
I like it already.
And look, Mark's situation is so relatable.
Yeah.
I mean, who hasn't been there, right? You got your Friday night drinks. You got that new ramen spot everyone's talking about.
Sure.
Maybe snag a last-minute concert ticket, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, totally.
But then that credit card bill arrives, and suddenly the fun feels a lot less fun.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the dreaded credit card statement.
Right. So have you ever felt that way, like caught in that cycle of spending and regretting?
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? I think a big part of why people struggle with saving is because we associate it with all the wrong things.
What do you mean?
Well, we tend to think of saving as this like deprivation. Like we're constantly saying no to ourselves and denying ourselves the things we enjoy.
Yeah, it feels like punishment, not progress.
Exactly. And who wants to feel punished all the time? So it's no wonder so many people just give up on saving altogether.
So how does this fun thing change that? How does it make saving less miserable?
Okay, so imagine this. Instead of viewing saving as this like constant sacrifice, you actually set aside a specific amount of money each month just for fun.
So it's like giving yourself permission to actually enjoy things guilt-free.
Exactly. It's like saying, hey, it's okay to have fun. It's part of the plan. It's not some sneaky indulgence you have to hide from your budget.
Okay, so it's not about becoming a hermit and saying no to every enjoyable thing. It's more about deciding upfront how much you can actually spend on fun stuff while still hitting those savings goals.
Exactly. And, there's this popular budgeting advice called the 50-30-20 rule.
Right, I've heard of that.
So 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment.
Okay.
Well, your fun fund would fit perfectly into that wants category.
Now,
It gives you a framework to work with.
I'm curious though, so did Mark just randomly pick a number for his fun fund, or was there some sort of method to it?
Good question. So what Mark did was he actually looked back at his spending habits over the past few months, really analyzed where his money was going.
Oh, interesting.
And guess what he discovered?
What's that?
He was spending way more on takeout than he realized.
Oh, been there.
Right. So by consciously shifting some of that takeout money into his fun fund, he could still enjoy meals out, but now it was a planned expense.
Yeah.
It wasn't derailing his savings goals anymore.
So it's about being more intentional with your spending, not just mindlessly swiping that card every time you get a craving.
Precisely. And what's really fascinating is how this shift in mindset can actually increase your enjoyment of those fun things.
Really?
Yeah. Mark found that having that set amount for fun actually forced him to prioritize. He had to really think about which activities truly brought him joy.
So instead of just going out for drinks every single Friday, because that's what he always did, he started being more selective.
Exactly. Maybe he'd choose to go to a concert with friends once a month instead. And it became this like special occasion, something he really looked forward to.
So instead of getting a little bit of fleeting joy from a lot of small things, he was getting a bigger dose of happiness from fewer, more meaningful experiences.
You got it. And because those choices were aligned with his values, in his case, quality time with friends and music, his overall satisfaction went way up.
Interesting. So he wasn't denying himself. He was directing his spending towards what truly mattered to him.
Exactly. And that's a much more empowering way to approach your finances.
Okay, I'm totally on board with that. But let's be real. Life happens sometimes, right? Unexpected expenses pop up. That amazing limited edition, whatever you collect goes on sale. Does the Fun Fund have any wiggle room in those situations?
That's a great question. And, the beauty of any budget is that it's a guideline, not a straitjacket.
Okay, good.
There's always room for adjustment. The key is being mindful about it. Maybe you dip into savings a little bit for that unexpected car repair, and then for the next month, you scale back your fun funds slightly to replenish your savings.
So it's all about finding that balance, right?
Exactly.
So the Fun Fund isn't some rigid rule. It's more like a tool to help you make smarter choices and prioritize the things you truly value.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Well,
And it's even cooler.
about that.
This whole concept can be applied to other goals, too. Think about it. What if you created a learning fund for that online course you've been wanting to take?
Ooh, I like that.
Or a travel fund for that dream trip, to anywhere?
I love that. So instead of just dreaming about those things, you're proactively making them happen by setting aside money specifically for them.
Exactly. It's all about being intentional with your money and aligning it with your goals.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
As we wrap up, I have a little challenge for all of you listening.
Okay, I'm listening.
I want you to think about one thing, just one thing, that would bring you the most joy if you knew it fit comfortably within your fund.
Mm.
What comes to mind? Maybe it's that cooking class you've been wanting to take, or finally framing those prints you love.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, take a moment to really reflect on it.
Okay.
Could a fund be your ticket to enjoying life more and reaching your financial goals while you're at it? Think about it.
I love it. Great challenge.
Thanks for joining us today.
It was a pleasure.